Let's get one thing straight. This isn't a friendly competition. This is a hostile takeover of information itself. On one side, you have a 24-year-old system built on slow, messy human debate. On the other, an AI that claims it can deliver the truth in under a second. This is a fight for who gets to write the official record of our world, and it's happening right now.
And here's the first shot fired in that war. When news breaks, Grokipedia can synthesize an answer for you in less than a second. Wikipedia, with all its human editors and its verification process, well, you're looking at 15 minutes, at best. This isn't just a small upgrade in speed, it's a fundamental attack on the very idea of how we build knowledge.
And this is the weapon being used. You're not looking at a computer. You're looking at a $100 billion machine built from one single purpose, to manufacture truth faster than humans can possibly debate it. It's designed, from the ground up, to make Wikipedia's entire model completely obsolete.
So how exactly does this thing work? Let's dive into phase 1 and really understand the raw power that's being used to try and seize control of information.
It all starts right here. 100,000 of NVIDIA's top-of-the-line H100 GPUs. They're all linked together, forming one of the biggest superclusters on the entire planet. This isn't about just running a website. This is about forging an intelligence from silicon.
And what's their job?
Simple. To replace the tens of thousands of volunteer human editors that power Wikipedia. So instead of having debate and discussion and checking citations, you just have pure brute force computation. These chips, they're the new editors-in-chief.
I mean, just look at these numbers. 3.6 terabits per second of networking, over an exabyte of storage. This isn't just a server farm. The source material actually calls it a digital cerebral cortex. The hardware, the machine itself, is the intelligence.
And that brings us to the heart of the conflict. Grokipedia's main weapon isn't just its smarts, it's the sheer speed it operates at. This is a direct assault on the slow, careful, deliberate process that has defined how we get our knowledge online for the last 24 years.
For more than 2 decades, this has been Wikipedia's golden rule. Verifiability, not truth. What does that mean? It means all that matters is whether a claim can be backed up by a reliable source. This whole process, this reliance on human debate, it makes it slow on purpose. That used to be a feature, not a bug. Well, until now.
You can see the bottleneck right here. An event happens, reporters write about it. Then human editors have to find those reports, argue about them on talk pages, and then finally update the page. Every single step adds time, making the whole system reactive by its very design. Grok just blows this whole process up. Its core idea is algorithmic synthesis. It completely bypasses the journalist, the editor, and the debate. It goes straight to the primary source, like a real-time post on X right from the scene of an event.
The contrast is just brutal. A post is made, the AI synthesizes it, an answer is generated, the entire human loop is just gone, completely eliminated. Speed is the only thing that counts.
But wait a minute. We have to stop and ask a really important question here. The entire premise of this new model rests on a huge assumption, that being fast is the same as being true. Is the first version of a story, the one generated by an algorithm in a split second, really the most accurate one?
And that question leads us right to the fatal flaw in the Truth Factory's design. The dark side of all this instant AI-generated knowledge is a fundamental, deep-seated problem with reliability. And here is the great irony in all of this. For stuff that isn't breaking news, for established topics, all of Grok's incredible speed is totally irrelevant. And why is that? Because the research shows it often just copies and pastes from its older, slower rival, Wikipedia.
This right here, this is the kill shot. The data shows that Grokipedia's article for the word Monday, Monday, was a 96% match to Wikipedia's. We're talking plagiarism on an industrial scale. But what's worse, it stripped out all 22 of Wikipedia's citations. The very things that make the information verifiable in the first place. It's not just theft, it's theft without any proof.
So this leads to a whole cascade of risks. The AI hallucinates. It literally just makes stuff up. It can be poisoned by armies of bots feeding it garbage data. Its reasoning is a total black box. We don't know how it gets its answers. And maybe most dangerously, by scraping sources like Wikipedia without sending any traffic back, it's basically eating its own food supply.
Which, of course, forces us to ask another critical question. If this algorithm isn't some perfect objective engine of truth, if it can be biased, if it can be manipulated, then who's in the driver's seat? Who's tuning the machine?
And that brings us to the ideology behind it all, because this isn't just a piece of technology. It's a project with a very specific philosophical agenda, and it's driven entirely by its creator.
See, the choice isn't between a biased system and an unbiased one. That's a fantasy. It's a choice between two different kinds of bias. Wikipedia has the crowd's bias. It's a messy, chaotic attempt at neutrality by balancing a ton of sources. Grokipedia, on the other hand, has the creator's bias. It's explicitly tuned to be anti-woke and to chase a definition of truth that's set by just one person.
And the end game here is crystal clear. The ambition behind XAI isn't just to build a better encyclopedia. It's to own the internet's truth layer. The goal is to create a single, authoritative source for real-time information, and then you turn it into a subscription product. Truth as a service.
This whole situation leaves us facing a pretty stark and unavoidable future. The technology is here, it's not going away, and it's forcing us to make a decision about what we value more.
So this is the final showdown. On one side, you have human consensus. It's slow, it's transparent, it's messy as hell, and it's decentralized. And on the other side, you have algorithmic authority. It's lightning fast, its reasoning is a complete mystery, its control is centralized, and its answers are decisive.
And so we end right here. This choice is no longer some sci-fi theory. Who do you actually trust to write the first draft of history, the official record of our reality? Do you trust the slow, flawed, argumentative human crowd? Or do you trust the fast, confident, and centrally controlled AI code? The war for reality is happening as we speak.